Jiu-Jitsu. 2021 and 2023 light featherweight world champion Diego Pato taking on 2021 featherweight world champion Fabricio Andrey. Fabricio gets 2 points off that takedown, timing Pato's guard pull. Now Pato trying to entangle the legs, potentially go for a leg attack. Fabricio had to respect it, rolled out of it. Pato will get the advantage. Fabricio up 2-0, but Pato does have the advantage on the board now. Pato looked like he was going to try and stand up. Fabricio pushes him back down. We talked about it in the first match between Pato and Sam Nagai, that Pato just has such an excellent guard, amazing grips on the sleeves, great lasso. He's going to try and negate some of that movement and that athleticism from Fabricio Andrey. Fabricio now stepping on the leg. Fabricio putting his left foot on Pato's knee. He's going to try and stand up, get to the top position. He goes on both feet, pinning the leg with his right foot and his grip on the pants. Pato trying to off balance. Doing a good job getting Fabricio to change his base again. Now Pato's going to try and come up. Fabricio scrambles, avoids the sweep. And we're back with Pato in bottom position, Fabricio on top. Fabricio leading with that left knee in that low base, making it really difficult for Pato to get to the De La Riva. Does a great job of hiding his legs, preventing the De La Riva control, preventing any sort of leg attacks. Pato doing a good job with his guard, trying to off balance Fabricio so far this match. Keeping on his toes and preventing him from setting up any of his best guard pass attempts. About 3 minutes into this Crown featherweight third place match, Fabricio Andrey leading 2-0 over Diego Pato. Fabricio trying to get himself free of that lasso. Such a difficult thing to do against Pato. Trying to use his legs now to disengage from the grips. Pato's going to stand up, see if he can stay on top, sits back to his guard. Now Pato's starting to use his lapels. Has his right leg entangled in the lapel grip. Pato does a great job passing these grips under the legs, coming up for sweeps. Now he starts to try and get an angle. He's going to look for those lapel feeds. Fabricio trying to square up to Pato. In an effort to stay on top and maintain his lead. Now Pato's able to control the left leg of Fabricio. Fabricio tries to free it, doing a good job keeping his legs clear. Pato just relentless in these attacks with the lapel. Sitting up, trying to pass the lapel again. Inverting, trying to create an angle for a potential sweeper, maybe even a submission attack. Fabricio on his knees, trying to back away. Really hide his legs from Pato. Like we saw in the last match, when Pato's able to feed those lapel grips under the leg, he's really able to take advantage of that position and come up for a sweep. It's our third place match of the night, as unfortunately Brian St. Marie was injured, wasn't able to compete with Janina Lebre. So far, this has been a really, really close match. Fabricio started out with that takedown, put the 2 points on the board. And so far, it's been Pato trying to sweep from bottom position, and Fabricio trying to maintain his base and put together some pass attempts from top. Trying to collect the legs and come up. Fabricio just has such a strong base. He's so athletic. He's able to escape his legs from these dangerous positions. Pato staying pretty relentless with these attacks. See if he tries to come up. There he goes. Gets to the top position, scores 2 points. Does end up in a bit of a tough spot on top with Fabricio and his X-guard underhooking the leg.
Yeah, like we've been talking about, it's hard when you come up and you have a scoring position, but you're right back in danger too, right? So Fabricio Andrey has a beautiful scoring position here. And Pato looking almost like he was going to roll underneath and maybe try to expose the back there for a moment, but instead ends up on bottom. Fabricio Andrey taking top position and taking the lead. 3 minutes left here. I can't help but go back to what we were talking about earlier, Danny, when you have these guys in a sweep battle and you're trying to imagine, you know, yourself as a competitor, it really comes down to who ends up in the top position, right? We know that Fabricio Andrey is winning by 2 points now, but of course, if Pato comes up on top, then he not only evens the score in the regulation points, but he also has an advantage and he comes on top with the win. So it looked for a moment there like he was okay with ending up on bottom, right? He didn't really fight to stay in top position when Fabricio came up because he is probably imagining that he has time to finish the match on top with one more sweep, right? Dangerous thing to do though, Fabricio Andrey, and we're seeing some evidence of that right now as there was some heavy pressure there. It's hard with those lapel positions. It's very similar to lasso, where sometimes, even though it goes against the rules of what we teach, you can get a pass if you're persistent enough, even when someone has you tied up, if you get the position just right. But in this instance, of course, Pato's guard prevailed, and he was able to re-separate himself from Fabricio Andrey and recover.
You know, when Pato has his leg entangled in the lapel like that, it's really hard for his opponents to really make progress with the pass. Usually they'll have to clear that grip before they're able to start really threatening the pass. Now Pato comes up for a sweep, gets 2. Fabricio puts him right back on his hip. We'll see if he's able to answer back and get his 2 points back.
Yeah, so it's important when we look at this that Pato is seated, but he is in top position, right? So he is in top position. If he goes all the way back down, he will be losing the match once again, and that's what we see as Andrey returns to top position. Fabricio Andrey in the white gi has just enough points now to take the lead, but with 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, we're now getting down to the wire where whoever is going to end up on top is going to try to get there and stay there. So I would say it's probably unlikely that Fabricio Andrey accepts another sweep this close to the end of the match. At least if that's up to him. Although right as I say that, he goes right back down. Now this is really brave, in my opinion, of Fabricio Andrey to accept bottom position and take the losing position because of the advantage that Diego Pato has. But it means probably that he's very confident that he can sweep Pato back at will. But he only has 45 seconds to do so, so he's going to have to get it going now.
He was able to sweep Pato back a couple times already, but like you said, now it's a little bit of a different situation with the time and with the score.
I think it's safe to say Pato's going to be a lot more insistent of staying on top. His defense is going to be different. His base is going to be more insistent. But man, look at Fabricio Andrey doing a great job going underneath the legs of Diego Pato, starting to invert and now bring his hips all the way up to the top. If he can put Pato's hips down and come up on the top, or opt to go into a leg attack, which could lead into a top based on the defense, and it looked like that's what he aimed to do, but Pato, with excellent defense of the leg, was able to remain on top, and not only remain on top, but it looked like he started going to a leg drag. But look at Fabricio Andrey with his hips in the air, really, and the last seconds of the match trying to get enough elevation to come up from top, but he does not. Pato finishes here in this turtle attack position. It's going to give him third place in this men's division, and he is going to finish with a huge win over world champion Fabricio Andrey.
Great match that came down to the wire. Very impressive by Pato to be able to stay up on top. And like you mentioned, Kendall, that win will get Pato the third place finish in the men's featherweight division here at the IBJJF Crown.
And your winner is Diego Pato.